Did you notice that some mystery performers have a knack or an intuition towards an interesting way of creating performance or lines or specific pieces? What is that? Is that this person is a genius? That he or she is divinely creative and I am not like that? Well, maybe you will be surprised with this system that I want to share with you. A mentalism center idea that I call Evitaerc, from meaning to method. And if you observe the word that I use, Evitaerc, you will observe what I mean. Sometimes when we are creative in magic or mentalism, we take this natural route that we assume that that's the way, right? I buy the trick or the gimmick, I play with it, I understand how it works, and then I show to people, right? That's kind of reductionistic, but at the same time very realistic. Because if we believe in this system of dynamics in magic and mentalism, we assume that that's the way, that you need to buy it and then you do it. But when we start to be more serious about it, when we start to understand things in deeper ways, we realize that there's nothing out there that can stimulate your own potential. It's all about your own focus. And what I mean by that? That you will never buy the ultimate creative solution because you have the potential to learn, but most importantly, to be able to offer what you need and you can offer. You don't need to imitate no one. And that's so important to remember, that you can imitate at the beginning as a learning and self-knowledge experience, but then you need to start to find your own authenticity, your own truth to share with people. And I think that this system of creativity for mystery performers can be very helpful because it's very simple. Because in this system, we don't start the creation process when we have the method or the trick or the specific piece. We go in reverse. But not just in reverse in terms of the performance, but we go deeper into the meaning. And what I mean by meaning? Meaning is the essence of the basic idea that I want to communicate. So now I am not just doing an ambitious card routine or a one-card routine or a mind-reading revelation. I need to go deeper into understand what is the meaning, what is the simple and powerful idea that I want to communicate, right? And this sounds very complex and very advanced, but really, it's not really. If you have the intention to understand this, doesn't matter the level of expertise in knowledge. If you are open to these ideas, you will find something. So, if we focus into the deeper communicative aspects of what I really want to communicate. So I learn a new card trick or a mentalism, any card, any number, anything. Why? Why am I doing this? Really, why? Because I want to impress people. Nice, right? In the beginning, everyone starts like that. But if I have that focus, I will understand how to reach that imagination in a better way, right? I have some friends that they are very openly said to me, I want to learn magic because I want to pick up girls, right? And obviously we can debate about the ethics of that or the morals, but you have your focus, right? It's far better that someone does know what he's doing. And sometimes most people in magic or mentalism, they are just buying things, right? They don't have a clear path. That's why at Mentalism Center we focus so much into online, one-on-one conversations and personalized moments of learning, because we need to start to develop our own art from ourselves, not just from the stimuli that we receive outside, right? So when we have our meaning clear, our intention connects with that. And basically this creative system is very simple. Just reverse what you are doing and try it. I'm not saying that this is the way. It's a way that you can experiment in your own, and if this doesn't work, fine. But I invite you to try it, because when we start to understand what we really want to communicate, we will understand what we are performing in such a much rich way. Let's put a very simple example. I want to share with someone that the mind is very powerful and we can reach our potential, right? So maybe the word is potential. That with my mentalism performance, I just want to share a reminder that our mind has potential. That's the basic idea, right? Potential concept, one concept. That's kind of the word that encloses the essence of the meaning. Then I can start to develop that one word into other lines, right? And why is this important? First of all, the meaning needs to be authentic, and what it means that you really need to vibrate it. You really need to feel it, because if you don't feel it, people will not feel it, because it doesn't come from you. Maybe it came from a book, maybe it came from other person that you are quoting, but if you don't feel it, people will not care, right? So when you start to go in reverse in your creative process, and you start to observe first the meaning, what is the ultimate message, that idea that transcends the performance, and then we go back, right? So now we did the meaning observation of what I really want to do, and then I go back, okay, so how can I communicate that idea of meaning or potential, sorry? How can I communicate the notion that the mind has potential, that the mind is very powerful, and we can maybe improve our lives by improve our minds? Okay, so I can use several pieces for that. Several. Let's say that I want to ask someone to focus in a concept for their lives. Let's say relationships, let's say family, whatever the participant wants to focus on. And the participant writes that, and then we create the telepathic connection, and we can explore this word in different ways, and then maybe the performer wants to reveal that precise word, maybe not, depends on the style. But as you can see, because I know what is the meaning, now I can go back and I can decide which phenomena I want to utilize that serves the meaning. Not in reverse, right? Because sometimes we think that meaning is something that we need to put into routines. What is the meaning of that routine? And that comes again from the normal creative way in which we start with the method, and then we know the trick basically, and then we practice the performance, and when we do it. And when we do it, we say, okay, what is the meaning of what is the meaning that I need to add, right? And meaning is not something that you add, it's something that you observe. So when you do this reverse creative system that I am sharing with you, starting from the meaning, then go back, you start to understand that the possibilities are beautiful and so varied, and you realize that the true important aspect, as I always share at Mentalism Center, is that the outer reality is our end goal. It's not the inner reality, it's not the method, it's not the gimmick, it's not the trick, no, it's what we do with that. So the inner reality serves the outer reality, because that's the reality that we are sharing with our audiences and participants. And it's in there in which we can not add meaning, but observe what is the meaning that is already in the phenomena. So let's say mind reading, right? Connection, telepathy. the possibility to maybe be one, and in that moment of oneness we can basically read our own minds, because I am reading the participant mind. So many possibilities, and all those possibilities are correct, are valid, when they are decided by authentic decision. Sometimes we understand that as a style, right? We have a style, each person has a style, and each one decides using their own style. But deeper than that is about being authentic with what truly is sincere with you. So, as you can see, when we start in reverse, we start from the meaning, and then we go back. The method is completely secondary, because it truly is. Because if you go in the normal way, maybe you have the best fooling method of something, but if you don't reach a meaningful performance, people will not care. And maybe they just care because the gimmick is so visual. Have you think about that? Because it sounds like the level of impressiveness is something that you buy, right? And the most expensive is better reactions and more impressive and so on. And there's another way in which I feel we can express in more authentic ways. That way is through this creative system, reversing the linear actions that we normally take from method, maybe just effect with no meaning, right? We just do the method. But this is reverse. First we go into the meaning of what we really want to say and express with people, with our participants and our audience. And sometimes people hear this and they say, no, I am not a professional. It's not about being professional, it's about being a serious student. And if you are a serious student of magic or mentalism, you are very welcome at Mentalism Center, that you will find ideas and concepts that maybe can be interesting for you. But I invite you, my friend, try this system of creativity. Don't just play, study methods or practice your moves, but go in reverse. Observe, what do you want to say? Use mentalism or magic as a way of expressing an idea. And we realize that what we do is also secondary. Maybe you like music, you like dance, you like painting. It's all a channel, but a channel of what? Of your authenticity, of your inner magic, if you want to call it like that as well. So go from the meaning backwards. Meaning will guide you towards the selection of your performance pieces, and then you can select the method. Because again, methods for mind reading, the example that I gave you, there are so many, and it depends on the conditions, in the techniques that I feel more competent in my own ways. But it's truly secondary, because people will feel the meaning or meaningless of your performance. Hopefully you can intend a specific meaning. And what is beautiful is that meaning is subjective, because you are feeling the meaning of that, but maybe people will feel the core reality of the performance as a different way of approaching meaning, and it's valid, and that's beautiful. And that's the value of understanding and exploring these more subjective concepts, because at the end of the day, don't believe me, try them and use your own imagination and intuition and ways to find what you want to approach. But this creative system that I am sharing with you is kind of also a way to motivate other ways of approaching mystery performance. Each one of us has their own way, and hopefully you will explore yours. And I think that this reverse creative system, again, going from meaning and then finally going to method, also gives us the freedom to use various methods, right? Sometimes we think that one particular piece is only dependent of one particular method, and we know that That's not the case at all, because if we start from the phenomenon that we want to create, telepathy, for example, using the meaning of potential, right? And then we go back, I can use any type of billet or proplet or whatever. And it's even better because I can observe my possibilities and choose the possibility, not just because the technique is good for me, but it's also good in the context, right? And especially in these times of virtual performances, we have new possibilities, also new limitations, of course, but possibilities as well of exploration or of exploring new ways of being creative. So I hope, my friend, that you can apply this system. It's very simple, basically reverse the paradigm, start from the meaning, and then go back to the method. And contemplate this idea. Take time in your day and just keep those ideas in the mind. Maybe they will move in your mind as well. And if you have any insight or if this inspires you, just contact me, let me know. I'm happy always when I receive letters and words of appreciation. And thank you for being here, to be interested in this video, and I hope that this year becomes a constructive experience for everyone. We are dealing with difficult times around the world, and it is time to apply what we learned in 2020. And please be safe, eat healthy, and stay in touch. Bye.